Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good one, and welcome back to Pacific Drive, where I've finally made some progress in actually getting through the old wall and into the deep zone. For that, of course, I'm going to need a LIM Shield, and for that I need thermostat crystals, 28 of them, and I only had 27. But a couple more expeditions into the mid-zone resulted in enough thermostat crystals and plasma to actually make one of these things. This, kids, is a LIM Shield. The LIM Shield renders your car 100% immune to damage, but at a massive cost in battery drain. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The device itself replaces one of your car's bumpers, front or back. It's actually a better idea to use it to replace the rear bumper, because that's going to take less damage. The front of the car is obviously where you get most of your bumps, dings and scratches. Only actually need it for the old wall transit itself though, so it's probably a better idea to store it nice and safe in the trunk until it's actually required.
Nice work on that LIM Shield, driver. We'll have the power grid prepped by the time you reach the old wall.
Sometime later, upon reaching the mid-zone wall crossing...
You're not the first to try crossing the old wall since the anomaly has moved in. But we'll make sure you're the first to survive. Two things to keep in mind. First, to get through the old wall, there are 5 crossing points. You need to induce the electrical grid the entire way by driving the car close enough and fast enough along the conductors. You'll see them as you go. Once you jumpstart the grid, Tobias will route the mid-zone power your way, but no induction, no power, no crossing. Second, watch your battery gauge. You will live or die by that thing. Got it? Good. Start by connecting the power grid at the first crossing point. The controls will be up in the observation tower.
So we're still in the mid-zone, of course, which has its own hazards, some of which I'm just discovering for the first time, like that cluster up ahead of me. That's basically a pod of tourists, all in one big clump. It's called a tour bus, and unlike a regular tourist, you can't detonate and clear them by tossing a road flare at them. You just have to avoid them. That thing over there to the left is what's known as a devil grinder, and it's just as dangerous to drive through as it looks. But we've made it. You now need to flip the switch in the tower to turn on the first circuit, because it's these mid-zone circuits that are going to power the LIM Shield. Even though I've upgraded the car battery, it doesn't have nearly enough power to keep the LIM Shield going. Now that I'm here at the first crossing point and ready to go, it's probably a good idea to actually fit the LIM Shield to the front of the car. Actually, it would be a better idea to fit the LIM Shield to the back of the car, but I hadn't quite figured that out yet. It's amazing how many people, well, there's no real other way to put it, fail horribly at this point in the game. And, well, I could have done some fancy internet celebrity editing to the video and made it look like I got this all done right the first time, but I probably wouldn't be fooling anybody because I screwed this up too, and it's incredibly simple. You see how as soon as I actually fitted the LIM Shield to the car, up there in the top right corner of the screen, the checklist, it says, as well as flip the switch in the tower to turn on circuit 1, it's also saying, assign the LIM Shield car ability to ensure a safe crossing. Whatever can that mean? It means you actually have to switch the thing on. It's not just enough. It's not a passive piece of equipment. How could it possibly be a passive piece of equipment? It would never work like that because of the massive power drain. It would just instantly drain your battery the second you turn the car on. So it's a toggle ability. You toggle it on and you toggle it off. And toggling on is very, very important if you want it to actually provide any protection for the car. And you really, really, really do want it to provide protection for the car, because what's coming up is basically undoable without that LIM Shield active. I'm not going to show you the failed attempt where I attempted to start the run without actually assigning the LIM Shield to an in-car function and turning it on before I started, but we'll show you the successful attempt after... yeah, the not so successful attempt. And when you see the sheer amount of damage on the road being inflicted to the car, just imagine how long you're going to last without that LIM Shield up. So, flip the switch, and we're ready to go. well, we're not quite ready to go. I still need to assign the LIM Shield to an active car ability and remember to turn it on, and then we'll be ready to go. The car's basically in tip-top condition. The battery's more or less fully charged. I've got plenty of fuel. Everything's repaired. Here we go. So, LIM Shield. There it is. We're going to assign this to the control key. Bargain. Right, well, this is it. And this had better be successful, because if it all goes horribly wrong, I don't have enough anchor energy to open an emergency escape portal. Let's go. Yeah, there is no way to avoid that devil grinder, and this is just the first obstacle. Right. The tunnel that you have to navigate is packed full of these things. Imagine trying to do this without the LIM Shield active. Yeah, good luck with that. Now, just because the LIM Shield is going to prevent any damage, that doesn't mean you have to drive straight through the hazards. Every time the LIM Shield prevents a chunk of damage, it drains a jolt of power from the battery, and you need to make sure that you have enough battery power, although you are getting recharged every time you pass one of these markers, but you need to make sure that the shield is going to last long enough to get to the next marker. So don't go pushing your luck by deliberately driving through completely avoidable hazards and risking a total power drain before you get to the next recharge marker.
Tobias, how's the power routing?
Well, the neighbors are complaining about the flickering lights, but I told them to light some candles and sit tight.
Francis?
Levels are good, holding steady. Circuit complete. Keep it up, driver.
Because trust me, there are plenty of unavoidable hazards in the tunnels linking the different gates. Like these devil grinders. Whoa, that is a lot of damage. Yeah. But we've got this. On to the next gate.
Getting some interference, Tobias. The power supply is wavering. I'm working on it. Our local battery farm's putting up a fuss. She hasn't been taxed like this in a while, but I'm easing her into it, don't worry.
This is easily the worst I've ever seen conditions in the mid zone. I mean, whoa, yeah. It's okay, the shield took it, but the battery took a big chunk. Come on, come on. Oh, that's looking, that's really bad.
Battery farms 1 through 3 are reporting total power drain. They're spent.
How long to recharge?
Could take up to a day. No, I got this.
Yeah, despite the constant recharging, my car battery's down to 50% as well. And it was full a minute ago. Come on. We're almost there to the next one. There's only one gate left to go. Just hope the battery's going to last through this tunnel, because it's going to be full of devil grinders.
Oh, shit. Total power loss on stations 9 to 15. I'm on it. Oh, shit.
Get that power back up. The gate at the final crossing point won't open without it.
I'm rerouting power from battery farm 6.
Easy. Too much and you'll blow out your control center.
Too little and the entire array's going down. We have no choice.
Okay, that was the second set of gates. Now for the third. Oh, great. Now radiation as well. You just got to keep going through it. You don't have any choice. I mean, I'm trying to avoid the worst of it.
Battery farm 6 core's overloaded. I mean, it's shutting down. We can't lose the remnant. I won't let it go. Get back inside. The radiation's peaking. I've got to repair it. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let this plan fail. We're too close. Your theory. We can still prove it. Stop. It's too dangerous out there. Tobias. Please, Tobias, come back.
Yeah, even with the LIM Shield, this is all kinds of bad. And I don't know what Tobias is doing, but he's keeping the power up. So, I still have a chance. Just got to follow those sparks from junction to junction. We're almost there through the 3rd junction gate system. Whoa! Tour bus just popped into existence right in front of me. Okay, yeah, I just need to concentrate on the... Oh, I can't avoid that. I'm gonna have to go right through it, but this is the last one on the 3rd junction? Yes.
I'm at the battery farm. The fuel box is completely liquefied, but I can bypass it.
Francis, I need you back at the control board.
Not now!
The minute Tobias reroutes that line, you need to push the connection. Miss it by a split second and we lose the entire power grid.
No. Ready? Please don't do this!
Francis, it's now or never.
I'm rerouting the grid now. I'll be waiting for you.
Whatever Toby's up to, well, it's working. But, whoa, did something just fall off the car? I don't have time to check. I just have to keep going through it. Oh, this is really bad. 2 more to go. Desperately trying to avoid as many of the hazards as possible, but it's just not possible.
Give us a signal, Tobias.
Battery's still holding at slightly less than 50%. Thanks to Tobias keeping the junctions going. Here we go, one more. Come on. Where is it?
Well, what do you know? One time, I cried myself out of things to say. Bobby, take care of him for me. Tobias!
Oh, that doesn't sound good at all. I just need to focus on what's in front of me though. This is it. This is the last one.
Francis, I love you forever. I love you forever.
We've done it, but Tobias?
Power's back online. Francis, now!
Tobias, answer! Tobias, answer me!
Don't do it! You can't go out there! Driver, the power's holding steady. You could open that final gate.
Alright, I'm on it. Oh, I should probably turn the LIM Shield off. Not sure the car can take the power drain. But what about Tobias? Actually no, I'm leaving the LIM Shield on until I make it through here because there are still hazards. We're not quite there. We need to reach the stabilizer access road. And that should see us through into the deep zone. Yep, that's it, we're through. Look at how much damage the car took with the LIM Shield active. Now imagine trying to do that without the LIM Shield active. That was one hell of a ride, but we've made it. We're through, and we're into the deep zone. Before I go any further, I'm going to need to make some repairs in a set. Oh wow, that door's charged, that's not good. The battery's leaking everywhere, that's even worse.
The entire area got scrambled in instability. I'm afraid, Tobias.
I told you. I told you, didn't I? We weren't ready. We should have planned it better. We should have known.
We did the best we could.
No, do not give me that. If we had, he'd be here with us.
I'm sorry, but we've got to help the driver.
Don't you dare. What? Wait, is this how you dealt with Alan's death? You put your head down and let work fill the gaps?
Actually, that's precisely what I did. And you'll recall the breakthrough in self-healing materials that I made that year.
Oh, well, good for you. I'm sure Alan would have been very proud of you using his death that way.
You know what? That whole pep talk I gave you before to convince you to go through with it. That's precisely the same crap Alan would tell me all the time. It's worth the sacrifice. Stay late, don't worry about me. Finish your work, then we can start a family. Always he'd spew that crap.
So why'd you say it to me?
Because he has to have been right. Because if I let myself think he was wrong, then I can't live with that regret. I gave everything for Lim. This is the last thing I'm holding on to for myself. Every single day I still think about how if I had left the zone when we had planned to, I wouldn't have lost Alan. I thought, I hoped that Lim Tech was done killing our own. I'm sorry about Tobias.
Tobias was all I had. I need to sign off for a while.
We'll be here when you're ready. Glad you got through, driver. Power on that stabilizer, and I'll see you back at the garage.
So, Tobias is gone. Ooh, that hurts. Yeah, this is the charged. I mean, roughly half of the components on the car are basically broken. I can patch them up with the repair putty, but actually, why is the repair putty not working on? I think I found a bug. I'm trying to fix up this armoured door, but it's just not working. Is the bug with the door or the repair putty? I'll figure that out later. Yeah, roughly half of the components on the car are basically buggered, and are going to need replacing. Need a sealing kit for the tyre. Fortunately, I do have a spare. Okay. There's absolutely nothing I can do about that battery, because it's basically swollen. And, well, all you can do is recycle it and fit a new one. There are various different fixes that you can perform out in the field, but there are some that you just can't. And some that you just can't even back at the garage. Once an item is worn out, you just have to replace it. And roughly half of the components on the car are now worn out. Let's get ourselves a battery jumper, since the problem with the battery isn't going away. Okay, that should keep us going. I do not feel safe with that thing venting in the seat right behind me, but, well, what you're going to do, it is what it is. Oh, hang on a minute. Is there another problem? Let's try the repair putty again. Okay, so now it works. But I'm out of repair putty. Because I'd like to know if I can actually fix that on the door, but I'm going to need more repair putty in order to do that. Anyway, this is about as good as we can hope for things to get. Let's move on. I have to locate the stabilizer. But this is the deep zone. We made it. There are 3 sources of anchor energy here, and I'm hoping, because I haven't seen any before, I mean, there are 3 different types of anchor energy. There's stable anchor energy, which you get in the outer zone. There's unstable anchor energy, which you get in the mid zone. And there's corrupted anchor energy, which I can only assume you get here, in the deep zone. So, you know, it'd be a shame to come this far and not get any of it. Plus, there's almost certainly going to be new anomalies in here that I haven't catalogued before. And the conditions don't seem that bad. Oh, a fuel truck. That's quite handy. Tank's half empty. Where's my spare can? I've got a spare jerry can in the trunk as well. I'm pretty sure I've already used that, so I'll top that up too. Actually, there's a fuel pump in a fuel truck. I just need to. Which side is it? Oh, why is the car still charged? That's bad. Stop that. Okay. And, yep, there it is. Is it going to reach? No. I need to back the car up. Alright, fine. That should do it. You see, this is the problem with the swollen battery. It's randomly charging parts of the car, which is inflicting damage to the charged components. I just need to replace the entire battery. It's the only way it's going to fix it. I've got a fuel synthesizer there, by the way, if you noticed. The thing is, that draws power from the battery. You know what? I'm just going to ditch it. And then scrap it. I may have to end up turning the fuel synthesizer off here, though. Because... Wait, come back here, you little bug. Oh shit, radiation. Yep, nope, 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 not worth it. Not worth it, Jingles. Turn around, get out of here. That's a lot of radiation. Holy shit, there I was talking about how calm the deep zone suddenly appeared to be. Let's get out of here. Oh great, that armoured door that I wasn't able to repair, it's now red. I don't think it's actually providing any protection anymore. Keep an eye on my health. I may be starting to take direct radiation damage from the hazards outside the car since the door's no longer providing any protection. Well anyway, I fueled the car up, so I don't actually need the fuel synthesizer. I just need to keep an eye on my battery power. Now that the backseat battery... Oh, holy shit, yeah. I need repair putty and a sealing kit. Do I still have a sealing kit? I do. Yes, that might actually partially fix the door. It'll certainly fix the crack. Yes. Awesome. Door back up to 50%. Okay, so environmental protection restored. Oh, great. All-terrain tyres buggered. I need a sealing kit for that as well. I don't think I have enough. Yes, I can make a sealing kit. I can also make some repair putty. Okay, good stuff. Let's get the tyre fixed. You don't have to be in the deep zone for long before you realise that while all-terrain tyres, and to a lesser degree off-road tyres as well, are fantastic for grip and traction and off-road mobility, but the deep zone is absolute hell on your tyres. And the only real practical tyre choice out here... Oh yeah, I should probably put an actual bumper on rather than the LIM Shield that I don't need anymore. But the only real practical tyre choice out here are the anti-puncture tyres, which are not as good off-road. They're not even as good on-road, but they're immune to punctures. You never need to use a sealing kit on a puncture-proof tyre. Fortunately, I do have them unlocked, and I think I do have at least one puncture-proof tyre on the car, but the all-terrain tyres are going to take a beating in this zone. Alright, anyway. Things seem relatively calm again, but it's amazing how quickly things can change in the deep zone. So I'll keep an eye on the GPS for any potential hazards and storms incoming, but I do want to grab as much corrupted energy as I possibly can while I'm out here. Because there's all kinds of upgrades back at the fabricator in the garage that I've got everything that I need except the corrupted energy. And it looks like there's one up ahead. It's around here somewhere. Not seeing it yet. Ooh, ooh, an Arda investigator truck. We're going to have that. There's going to be some good stuff in there. Ooh, just need to keep an eye on the radiation. Yeah, plenty of good stuff. Oh, an Olympium fragment. Of course, yes, you need Olympium in order to make things like armoured doors and panels. The only place you can get it is here in the deep zone, and that's the first time I've come across it. There was some in the investigator truck. I doubt that investigator trucks are going to be the primary source of Olympium, so I'm going to need to keep an eye open. But it's nice that... There it is. There's the anchor. Right. This tyre's buggered again, isn't it? What's wrong with it? Flat. I need another sealing kit. God, you see what I mean? Okay, I've got repair putty. Can I just maybe make... I'm going to need... I know there's a sealing kit in the side storage, but I've got a sinking feeling I'm going to be needing more than one. Alright. Let's go and grab this, hopefully, corrupted energy. Ah, unstable. That's disappointing. Get unstable energy from the mid-zone. Whoa! What is that? A tourist trap? What the... Holy shit, that's just wrong. These tourist traps are like the bollards that you get in the outer zone. Except they're full of tourists and they explode. Oh yeah, the deep zone is full of nice surprises like that. What's going on up ahead? I'm seeing... We'll check it out. Just gotta heal up before I head out. There we go, that'll do. I don't need to be on 100% health. This is good enough. I can always heal for free when I get back to the garage. So, a LIM magnetizer. What does this do? I have no idea. LIM magnetizer. Recommended tool, scrap metal. So you put scrap metal in. Oh, it makes... I can't remember the name of the component. But there's a thing. It's a component that you need for some advanced stuff. Now you can make them using various different resources back at the garage, but it looks like that's a sort of shortcut to doing it. So how much scrap metal do I have? 20 ought to do. Let's test it out. Let's see exactly what it does. It's probably going to require an exorbitant amount of scrap metal, but we'll go for it. Go on then. Put it in. And we're getting... spitting something out. LIM magnets. Oh, that makes sense, I suppose. It's a LIM magnetizer. That seems like a fairly cheap and efficient way of getting LIM magnets. Again, I can't remember exactly what it is you need the LIM magnets for, but there's going to be an advanced component craftable back at the fabricator and the garage workbench that requires LIM magnets. If I could just remember what it is. And that's not a bad exchange ratio, actually. It's like 5 scrap metal per LIM magnet. That looks like the most cost-effective way of getting that particular resource. Okay. Oh, that was good. Bit disappointed with the unstable energy, though. I mean, I can get that in the mid-zone. I'm in the deep zone now. I want the corrupted stuff. I mean, you know, it's all useful, but can't help but feeling a little cheated all the same. So, back to the road. Okay, heavily radiated that way, which is thankfully not the way I need to be going. Now, do I want to... I mean, I really do feel like I want to investigate the other anchor points here, because, I mean, I'm going to be pissed off if they're all just unstable energy. But they might be corrupted. And I don't think I've come across any corrupted energy yet. Actually, that's not true. I think I did come across an unstable anchor, sorry, a corrupted anchor at one point somewhere in the mid-zone, which was weird because you shouldn't get them in the mid-zone. But it was just the one. Wrecked car up ahead. Oh, what's that? Rubber. Rubber's useful. I'm always running low on rubber. And some duct tape. Yeah, this is fine. I wonder if I should scrap this, because I've basically gone through all my scrap metal, haven't I? I mean, it's just a regular wrecked car. It's not like a... Oh... There's a particular type of car. They're usually painted yellow, and they come with armoured panelling. It gives you much, much better resources. Squire, that's it, an artist Squire. They're usually pretty good for salvaging. Much more so than just your regular wrecked cars. But I'll take it. It does all seem suspiciously quiet, doesn't it? I think the next anchor's up here. There's certainly something up there. Or is that the stabilizer? There's some kind of big old structure up there. Oh, I think it's a stabilizer. Well, it is what I'm here for. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I'm not making it up that. I need to find a slightly more gentle gradient. See, this is the trade-off. Because I don't have the car equipped with 4 of 4 all-terrain tyres. There are a couple of puncture-resistant tyres on the car. And they're just not as good off-road. But they don't get wrecked within minutes of entering a deep zone area the way the all-terrain tyres do. Come on, we're almost there. There it is. Oh, there's a trailer over there though, a science trailer. It's probably got some good stuff in it too. Actually, it looks like a science trailer park. There's all kinds of good stuff here. Okay, well this is definitely the stabilizer. Let's check it out. So what is that? Oh, it's a beach ball. This is a source of the red balloon resource. The only problem is you need a hand vacuum in order to grab it. And I don't think I have one anymore. We'll take the plasma. Gonna pry bar to get in there, but that's no problem. Pry bars are easy to make. Well, they were easy to make, then I used all my scrap to turn into limb magnets. What we got? Yeah, we'll have all of those. Keeping an eye open for hazardous storage. Get some chemicals. Some pressurised gas canisters, stuff like that. Because I have been really going through the repair putty today. What else we got? Some more scrap metal, always good stuff. Yes, there we go. And yeah, that's all the good stuff. Let's pick the flare up again. May as well keep using it. I mean, I've got plenty of flares, but it doesn't make sense to waste them. Let's see what else we can find here. There's usually a whole bunch of stuff in these sorts of science research trailer parks. But there's also usually a large number of hazards around. So coming across a place like this where, you know, there's no active radiation or anything like that, you really do need to stop and take advantage of it. Great. Flare's burnt out. Pop another one. Grab all of this stuff. Oh, another pry bar. That's handy. What's in the backpack? It's usually cloth. Yeah. Okay. So I thoroughly looted the trailer park, but I do have a bit of a problem now. A sort of smally problemette, because I've still got the fuel synthesizer on the car. And that draws power from the battery. And I tossed out the backseat battery because it was basically discharging and yeah, ruining the car. So I'm going to need yeah, the battery's basically dead thanks to the fuel synthesizer. So fuel synthesizer off, battery fully charged. And I don't think I have enough components to make, well, at the moment at least, I don't think I have enough components to make another battery charger. But I just noticed from the dash panel that there's something wrong with one of the all-terrain. Yeah, it's loose. Okay, fix mechanics kit. That's no problem. I've got a mechanics kit. But, well, I can't keep doing this forever. Eventually I'm going to run out of materials. You see how hard the deep zone is on your tyres. This is why you need puncture resistant tyres for this place. I mean, it's not going to fix the tyre becoming loose. You know, that can happen regardless of the tyre that you have fitted. But if that's the only thing that can happen to your tyres, and you don't have to keep fixing flats and blowing through chemicals to make sealing kits, then yeah, puncture-proof tyres are the way to go in the deep zone. Right, let's check out this stabiliser. I don't think I can really afford to mess around and try to go after those other anchor points because I don't have enough battery. Even though the battery's fully charged, it's just the regular battery that comes with the car. So it is definitely not going to last forever. That's the stabiliser activated. That should have now created a stabilised access, or exit rather. So I need to get to the gateway. This is my cue to get the hell out of here before the zone closes in. I would love to have harvested those other two anchor points, but I mean, I harvested the one and it wasn't the corrupted energy that I was expecting, despite the fact that I am officially in the deep zone. So I suspect the other two are probably just regular unstable anchor energy as well, and they're not worth going after. I mean, they're nice to have, but I'm not risking wasting Tobias's sacrifice over it. We're just going to get the hell out of here. Oh, that was a devil grinder. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, that's... Actually, that could have been a lot worse. I thought I would have wrecked the front of the car, but no, the bumper took it. Oh, that was handy. Right. Let's just get out of here, get back to the garage and call it a day. Stay on the road as much as possible, of course, to avoid taking as much damage as possible. Oh, radiation up ahead. That's alright, I'm taking a left turn here anyway. This is fine. The zone's closing in quickly, but I'm almost there. Just avoid the tourists. Avoid the trees. Avoid the shock towers. Don't be tempted by anything shiny that you see off the side of the road, Jingles. Just get the hell out of here. Get back to the garage. And let's call this one a day.
Welcome back. Now we know where the well is, but you're the first to step foot in the deep zone in over 15 years. And I need more time to understand Alan's suppression method. So why don't you stretch your legs and chart the deep zone while you're at it? We'll need to map a way to the well as it is.
Well, we made it to the deep zone. Unfortunately, it did cost Tobias his life. I hope it's going to end up being worth it. Join us in a future episode and we'll find out. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I hope you're all having a great day. And as always, take care. And I'll catch you next time.